Welcome to the College Essay Guide Virtual College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as the facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. First announcement, your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot see or hear you. Second announcement, feel free to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today by using that Q&A feature on Zoom. And then my final announcement, this presentation is being recorded. You can access that recording by visiting strivescan.com/college essay guide. All right, so that's all of my announcements. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from Bishop's University.
Hi, everyone. I am so excited to have the opportunity to speak with you today a little bit about Bishop's, a place that I consider to be like home, and so many others as well. So I like to start with this phrase, be connected, be purple, be you, because I truly think that represents Bishop's well, because here at Bishop's, we offer our students the ability to find what they're passionate about, to find what they truly care about, and we prepare them with the tools to go out into the world and pursue their dreams. And it sounds corny, but it's true. Bishop's is really a community. It's like home. So we were founded in 1843. We're actually older than the country of Canada itself, which I love to say. It shows our roots that we have here in this part of the country and that we've been at this for quite a while. We are an English language university, so all of our teaching delivery methods are in English, although we are in Quebec. I promise you everything is in English. We are a smaller institution with 2,961 total students. So again, very much like a community feeling. We really value that here at Bishop's. I like to say you can never walk more than 2 or 3 minutes down the street without running into 4 or 5 people you know. And we are a relatively diverse population for being a small school. We have 25% international students coming from roughly 80 different countries. And 97% of our students live within walking distance, once again, really reinforcing that community feeling that we have here, where it's very much like a family. I promise you, you'll never be lonely while you're here at Bishop's. Here's some numbers that I like to highlight. I won't highlight them all, of course, but here's just a few. So our 24-to-1 student to faculty ratio, you'll get to know your professors will know you by name, and they take an interest in not only just your education, but your personal life and who you are as well. 40 students is the average size of our first and second year classes. And then I love highlighting, we've done over $200 million in campus renovations in the past 10 years. So although we were founded in 1843, it does not look the same, I can promise you that. We are located in Sherbrooke, Quebec, Canada. So we're actually the closest Canadian university to the cities of Boston and New York, which I think is really cool. We're about an hour and a half from Montreal. So a lot of our students will love to go on trips for the weekend to go there. We're really in the hub of it all. Where we're near so many major cities. So you can really get your chance to travel while you're here. We're also 10 minutes outside of a relatively large city named Sherbrooke. So if you're a city person, we have all those city amenities, but we also have our rural community elements as well, with a 9-hole golf course attached to our campus, ski hills, all that good stuff for you outdoorsy people. And then we are a liberal arts model of education. So I love stressing this to students because it gives you the chance to really tailor your degree to what you care about. And kind of goes back to what I said about we allow you to find your passion here. So if you're a psychology student, that's fantastic. We also encourage you to take classes outside of psychology to see if there's something else you're interested in too. So education, philosophy, sociology, business, whatever it may be. And we have 5 major disciplines here at Bishop's. We have the social sciences, the natural sciences, education, business, and the humanities. And we have over 100 different programs to choose from, which I encourage you to check out on our website and go into more detail there. And then our admissions requirements. So we're looking for an overall average of around 80% or 3.5 out of 4 GPA or the equivalent. If you're an IB school, we accept those applications as well. We're just looking for a completed IB diploma with a predicted score of 30. And so those are also all on our website as well, and I encourage you to check those out. We are also what's considered to be test optional. So we don't require SAT/ACT scores. We don't require teacher recommendation letters, and we don't require any personal essays. However, if you'd like to pass those along to enhance your application, you're totally welcome to do so, but they are by no means required. I'm actually from the US myself, so coming to Canada, I was an international student and kind of had to learn the ropes of what the different admissions requirements were in Canada compared to that of other places around the world. And there's our admissions requirements for IB students, so if you just want to take a quick snap of that. And then our tuition fees are there for you. Those are for international students, with $40,766 being the total cost for residence, meals, books, you name it. And then just the tuition and fees. And so that's all in Canadian dollars. So depending on where you're coming from, I came from the US. So the US dollar to Canadian, I saved a lot of money by getting a Canadian institution, education at a Canadian institution. And those are how you apply. You can apply right on our website. There's a big purple button that says apply now. We are also listed on the Common App for those of you who use that. That's how I actually applied, coming from Boston, but we also, the steps on our website are super easy and I find them pretty easy to use myself. And so important deadlines, our deadline is April 1st, but if you want to be considered for merit-based scholarships or awards, you want to get your application in for March 1st. And then you have to accept by June 1st. So those are kind of the major ones right there. I know I just threw a lot at you, but they're on the website. And there's my email to take down, egendron@ubishops.ca. So please reach out to me with any questions you might have. I'm actually a recent graduate myself. I graduated with the class of 2021. So I have a very fresh perspective on what the student experience is here at Bishops. We were actually rated #1 university in Canada for student satisfaction in the past 5 of 6 years. So we really figured out the right remedy here of how to make our students happy. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time. And please feel free to send questions my way.
Thank you, Eric. Our next presenter is from the University of British Columbia.
Thank you so much, Jasmine, and thank you everyone for attending this session. My name is Emma Hurlbert, and I'm an associate recruiter and advisor at the University of British Columbia, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. Today, I'll be sharing with you a little bit more information about UBC in terms of our academic excellence, 2 stunning campuses, and opportunities for student involvement so that you can start to determine if UBC might be the right fit for you. UBC is a public research university in Canada, and out of over 25,000 universities worldwide, we are consistently ranked among the top 40 research universities in the world and one of the top 3 universities in Canada. Now, as a student, this means that your professors are also leading researchers in their fields, and they're actively conducting cutting-edge research on our campuses, which you have the opportunity to be involved in. UBC has also been ranked as the most international university in North America, with just over 18,000 international students that come from 166 different countries. Now, this means that you'll have the opportunity not only to learn from our amazing professors, but also from your peers. So you'll be graduating from UBC with a truly global perspective. As mentioned, we have 2 campuses, UBC's Vancouver campus in the city of Vancouver and UBC's Okanagan campus in the city of Kelowna, which sits within the larger Okanagan Valley region of BC. The campuses are about 4 hours drive apart or a 1-hour flight apart, so you'll apply to and take all of your campuses at one, or all of your classes at one campus or the other. But regardless of which campus you attend, you'll graduate with that high quality, highly regarded UBC degree. Our Vancouver campus is in the city of Vancouver, of course, which is a vibrant multicultural city located on the Pacific Ocean and surrounded by picturesque mountains. The campus is about 20 to 30 minutes from the city center and is located on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. This campus is home to about 45,000 undergraduate students, so this is a large university campus, and it is a self-contained campus community with state-of-the-art facilities, sports fields, museums, restaurants, and theaters. So there's always something going on campus to keep you busy, as well as in the city of Vancouver. Now, maybe you prefer a mid-sized campus, and if so, our Okanagan campus in the city of Kelowna may be a good fit for you. Kelowna is a mid-sized city. It's a very young, vibrant, and fast-growing city in BC, and it's home to a thriving tech industry. It's situated within the territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation and their peoples. And our UBC Okanagan campus is home to right around 10,000 undergraduate students. The Okanagan campus has small class sizes, unique campus city partnerships, and more than 1,000 research projects currently underway, which makes it really easy to plug into a close-knit community. But a university is more than its location, and UBC has so many opportunities for you to take advantage of. You'll be really encouraged to expand your horizons and find your path here. There are lots of different ways to do this, and I encourage you to explore more of these ways on our website. But I'll highlight our co-op program right now, which is one way to gain work experience. Now, this is an option for students in nearly all of our undergraduate programs, and co-op is the opportunity to take what you're learning in the classroom and apply it in real life outside of the classroom in full-time paid internships. Now, thousands of students complete co-op placements each year that come from all of the different faculties and majors at UBC. Now, some of the benefits of this program are that you're trying out a bunch of different employers, you're being paid a very competitive wage, and it really helps you establish yourself in the industry that you would like to pursue after you graduate. In terms of academics, UBC offers over 260 undergraduate majors. We offer degrees in fields such as the liberal arts, business, and STEM, and we also have some unique and specialized programs in sustainability, applied biology, kinesiology, forestry, and more. So I encourage you all to visit our website and scroll through the programs offered to see what kind of piques your interest. So if you think that UBC is the right fit for you, you'll want to start your application, which is now open on our website, you.ubc.ca. First, you'll choose your degree program and campus and check the admissions requirements for that specific program. Our deadline to apply is January 15th, and after that, you'll be able to upload your supporting documents, such as your transcript. Our admissions are both comparative and competitive, and your UBC application will be evaluated on a combination of your academic performance as well as your personal profile, which is a chance for you to tell the university a bit more about what you're proud of and what you've learned from your experiences. Now, a few of our programs might also ask for a portfolio or supplemental application. And finally, UBC also looks at the breadth, relevancy, and rigor of the courses that you have been taking. So courses such as APs, IBs, honors, and college level courses will be taken into consideration. Thank you so much for learning a bit more about UBC, and I encourage you to visit our website, as well as it has all of the information that I have shared today, including much more details about requirements, tuition, scholarships, housing, and much more. And we look forward to answering your questions in the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. Our next presenter is from the University of Toronto.
Hello, welcome. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Adam. I'm a recruitment officer at the University of Toronto. We are Canada's top ranked research university, so that's certainly a strength of us. We always rank very well in various rankings, as you can see, consistently ranked as one of the top in Canada, top 20 in the world. So what that means for you as a student is, of course, portability in your degree. You can take your U of T degree with you back to the States, wherever you want to go. People know who we are and how we rank as one of those premier research institutions. So definitely that portability, that name recognition is key. So a lot of factors go into what makes U of T a great school. We have a really rich legacy of discovery and innovation. Discoveries like the world's first nerve transplant, stem cell research began at U of T, the world's first electronic pacemaker, world's first treatment of Hodgkin's lymphoma, and insulin was also discovered here. We've had Olympic athletes, prime ministers, Academy Award winners, Nobel laureates, and some notable alumni like Lorne Michaels, creator of Saturday Night Live, Margaret Atwood, and Malcolm Gladwell. Of course, one of the best parts about U of T is the T, Toronto. If you haven't had a chance to visit our city, it's a really fantastic place to live and study. One of the most diverse and livable regions in the world. So safe, clean, and diverse. 50% of people that live here have been born outside of Canada and speak a language other than English. So our professors, our faculty are coming from all around the world, as are our students. And again, the campuses really reflect that diversity. So there's something for everyone. Big cosmopolitan city means great restaurants, shopping, sporting events, museums, outdoor space, whatever your interest is, our city has something for you. And we have one of the largest metro or subway systems in North America as well. So it's easy to get around, especially during the winter, because yes, it's Canada. So we will have some colder winters, but that's part of the fun. Lots of great outdoor activities you can take advantage of and enjoy a different country and a different climate, depending on where you're coming from. Of course, our weather is comparable to that of New York and Boston, and we're only about an hour flight from those two cities as well. We were established in 1827, older than the city of Toronto. Basically, the university was built, and then the city started to grow around it. So with that, being the largest in Canada, you also get a lot of choice. And one of the choices that you get to make is which campus you want to study at, because we do offer 3. They're all the same quality of education. They are just different size and different location. So you can see St. George in the center, in the city center, but if you go half an hour west, you will be at Mississauga, which is mid-size, 16,000 students, located on a very natural green campus. Lots of new buildings here, so a modern feel. St. George is our founding campus, 35,000 undergraduate students here. You get a mix of old and new right in the heart of downtown. Scarborough is half an hour east of the St. George campus, mid-size with 15,000 students. Again, like Mississauga, it's a very modern campus, lots of green space here as well. In terms of support, all 3 campuses are going to offer you that support at every level, whether that's academic success centers, career centers. All of our professors have office hours, so they are available to meet with you on a weekly basis, and they are accessible. So lots to look forward to there. But one of the best parts is the ability for you to mix and match your programs of study. So we have over 700 programs. That's the best selection in Canada. You can mix and match those if you're interested. You're not limited. And in most cases, you're not declaring your specialization or major until after your first year. So it gives you time. It's flexible. You can change your mind. You're not locked into anything. As far as what you can study, 5 different academic communities or faculties to choose from, arts, business, science being our largest subset. We too offer co-op, the chance for you to test drive a career. You can do research as early as your 2nd year while being supervised by a professor. If you want to go beyond Toronto, we have 160 partnerships around the world if you want to do an exchange or study abroad program. And of course, student life, no shortage of clubs, sports. We have over 1,000 clubs and organizations for you to participate in. So lots for you to really diversify your resume, meet people, and have fun. Applying is easy. Our applications are open. It takes about 20 minutes or so to complete the biographical application. You don't submit transcripts when you first do that. There's no essays, interviews, anything like that. So it is easy to apply. The requirements vary. You'll be able to find those on our website. And there's 2 ways to apply. You can apply either through the OUAC, which is a common application in Ontario, or directly through our website. The difference is the OUAC gives you multiple choices of universities in this province, whereas if you just want to apply to us, you're using our website, same application, you just won't find us on the common app. Once you complete step 1, that biographical application, you'll then be sent an email with a link to your join portal, and that's when you can start sending your documents. We are test optional as well. We don't require letters of recommendation, and the vast majority of our programs are just focused on grades with your last 2 years of high school as the main focus. Finally, scholarships you're automatically considered for as well. So no separate application you need to submit. If you qualify for a scholarship, you'll be notified with your offer. So another way we keep it simple. And we have a great website that's all thing virtual. So you can see a list of upcoming webinars that we're doing in various areas, hear from our students, have a one-on-one meeting with someone like myself or professor, and get a virtual. Well, we have an on-demand feature with some previously recorded sessions that you can watch in your own time. So you can earn a top-ranked university degree that's portable, has a lot of flexibility, all while doing it in a city that's safe, clean, diverse, and has something for everyone. Thanks so much for your attention. I appreciate you learning or coming to hear more about U of T. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Our next presenter is from King's College London.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Ashley Monahan. Bear with me while I share my slides. And I am the in-country regional representative for King's College London. So as you can see from my slide here, you have one of our 5 campuses. This is our Strand campus. We don't have a central single site campus at King's. We are spread out over 5 campuses in the heart of the city, but whether or not you've been to London before, surely you recognize some of the famous London landmarks here like Big Ben, the House of Parliament, the London Eye, the River Thames, and you can start to see how King's is situated within the greater London landscape. So a little bit of history about King's. We were founded in 1829 as one of the founding colleges of the University of London. We were founded by King George IV, who was the king at the time, and the Duke of Wellington, who was the prime minister at the time, and they came up with the name King's College London. Today, we are ranked as number 35 in the world, number 7 in the UK, and number 3 in London, according to the QS World University Rankings for 2022. If rankings are important to you, I would encourage you to take a look at these as well as some others. QS is just one ranking system out there. There's many others. But something worth noting is we are a Russell Group institution, which kind of gets its similarities or comparisons to the Ivy League in the US. It's not a direct translation. Russell Group universities are based on research. So research really is at the heart of what we do. And we are conducting research all the time and have been for nearly 200 years. So we are really proud of our place within the Russell Group. And then all of this and then some is why 93% of our graduates are employed or are furthering their education upon graduating from King's. We think about that return on investment, and yes, it is an investment. It is a time investment. It is a financial investment to get a full degree overseas. So to be able to put a number on that for our interested applicants or students that are interested in applying is very important to us. At King's, we have a very vibrant student and campus community. So we are a large urban campus of 36,000 students, 16,000 of whom, so nearly half, are international students representing 185 countries around the globe. We like to think of this as being pretty representative of the city of London itself because of how diverse and multicultural both the city and King's are together. About 1,200 students join us every year from the US, so it's actually a pretty large representation of our international population on campus. And we have over 300 ways to get involved, I guess. We have over 300 activities and societies, over 70 sports clubs on campus, academic societies, social societies, volunteering, just ways for you to get involved in the campus community as well as the greater London and UK community that you are experiencing as a student, which is very important. We also have US alumni, over 10,000, so a group of over 10,000 strong all over the world. So this global alumni network that we have, what that means to interested students is When you graduate from King's, you are also part of this global alumni network. And some students choose to go back home. Some students choose to go elsewhere in the world to continue their education, to volunteer, to work. Some students can stay in the UK. So if you are a graduate for up to 2 years after graduating from King's at the undergraduate or postgraduate level, you can stay in the UK on the graduate route visa. And this allows you to work and get experience in the UK if that is something that's of interest to you. So a lot of different options, again, in terms of mobility for you as a King's student. And of course, you do have to study. So we do have 175 programs across 9 different faculties at King's. I have them listed on the slide here. Most popular and really most competitive for us are programs within life sciences and medicine, business, law. Growing in popularity for our North American students are programs within arts and humanities, natural and math sciences. Computer science has really taken off for us. Psychiatry, psychology, neuroscience, social sciences. So a lot of different options for you. If you are interested in even one UK university, which I hope you are, you will want to familiarize yourself with UCAS, which is the Universities and Colleges Admissions Service. That is the only way to apply to King's at the undergraduate level, as well as many other UK institutions. Yes, we do accept FAFSA. Yes, we do have scholarships available, merit-based scholarships that are available for you. So something else to keep in mind and not think that an international education in the UK is inherently more expensive. Our programs, for the most part, with the exception of medicine and some others that have a year abroad or a year in industry, our programs are 3 years in length. So that automatically saves you time and money. And our postgraduate programs are 1 year in length. So another bonus. Our undergraduate requirements, very generally speaking, if you are a US student joining us with US high school curriculum, so APs, SATs, ACTs, we are looking for one of 3 options. One would be 5 AP scores. Another option is 3 AP scores and the SAT. And the third option is 3 AP scores and the ACT. So those are options for the AP, SAT, the US qualifications. We also accept the IB, the French baccalaureate, and a lot of schools are moving away from the AP curriculum in the US and moving towards more homegrown curriculum, as I've heard it, which we also accept. This is just the most straightforward option available. You'll want to make sure, depending on which program you're interested in, that you check the subject requirements, because there's likely something, medicine, for example, requires biology and chemistry. So something to keep in mind. And last but not least from me, I just want you to see, as I promised at the beginning, our London location. Our King's campuses are in red compared to the famous London landmarks in purple. There's 50 universities in London, about 500,000 students studying at any given point in time. And London was voted in 2019 as the best student city in the world because of all of the resources that it offers to its student population. Yes, we guarantee first-year accommodation. We have residence halls in the center of the city, and you're guaranteed your own room on campus, which I think I'll end with because that's such a huge perk. I'll put my email in the chat for everyone to keep in touch if you have questions, but thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, Ashley. Our next presenter is from the University of Essex.
Thanks, Jasmine, and good evening, everybody from the United Kingdom. My name is Tim. I'm the International Officer for North America at the University of Essex. I'm one of 3 universities from England who are presenting to you this evening. So I'm just going to get my slide up and we can begin. So I thought it would be useful just to start with a slide on why students choose to study in England. Ashley has covered a fair few of these points, so I'm not going to labour too much on them. England is part of the United Kingdom. There are 4 constituent countries, so many students from the US also look towards Scotland. There's also Wales and Northern Ireland. We're based in England, which is the largest of the 4 constituent parts of the UK. With English universities, our degrees are typically 3 years in duration. There are exceptions, as Ashley had mentioned, so medicine, for example, pharmacy, and architecture, to name a few. But for the most part, degrees are 3 years in duration because we don't really do general ed. So all 3 years are focused purely on one area of study, meaning that you can become an expert in that area a lot quicker. It's what's known as an early degree specialism. Tuition fees tend to be very competitive in the UK. Also, they'll vary depending on the university you look towards, but there's much less of a huge difference between institutions in the UK. There's 1 or 2 private institutions, but for the most part, universities are sort of quasi-publicly funded between government grants and student fees, etc. So tuition fees don't vary all that much, between 20,000 to 30,000 a year, generally speaking. On top of this, there are numerous international scholarships available. Students are able to use federal aid loans in the UK, and veterans benefits are also accepted. There's a common application system known as UCAS, which means students can make 1 application and it's sent to 5 universities. You'll create a personal statement, so an essay detailing why it is that you want to study that subject, but applications are far less abstract in the UK. Further to this, as Ashley had mentioned, we also have this 2 years post-study work visa. So for undergraduate students who have completed a degree, you're able to stay and live and work in the UK at any level without the need for a graduate sponsor. So if you enjoyed your time in the UK and you wanted to spend some additional time getting some working experience, enjoying the rest of your time in the UK and developing your accent, you would be able to do so. Now, with the University of Essex, we're based in the southeast of the United Kingdom. We have around 15,000 students studying, and each year we have well over 100 US students joining us each year. All 3 of our locations are located very, very close to London, which I'll show you in the next slide. What I really love about working in the US for the university is that our students come for a variety of reasons. There are a number of particular courses that they're interested in. We've got one of the most prestigious acting schools in the UK, known as East 15. That's located actually in London, in Loughton on the Tube line. It's ranked first for drama in the UK, and it's the only non-American school recognized by IRTA. We audition every year in the US, in New York, and Los Angeles typically. Further to this, we've got a very strong reputation in the field of social sciences, particularly human rights, where we were the first university in the world to approach human rights as an academic discipline. We're currently 29th in the world for politics and international studies. We've got a very socially conscious student body. On top of this, we are particularly strong in certain sporting areas, including basketball and volleyball. We have some very large scholarships for students looking to pursue those sports, either at undergraduate or postgraduate level, because you don't need, or students at postgraduate can compete in the UK leagues. So anyone who's been to the UK before, you might recognize this map. Don't let it fool you. We're actually a very, very small country. So England is located kind of below Scotland and to the east of Wales. Anyone who's been to London will recognize where that is. And here are our 3 locations. So the Colchester campus is located 45 minutes from London on the train. The UK has got some excellent public transport systems, so it's very easy to get around on the trains and buses, and you don't need to learn how to drive stick or how to drive on the wrong side of the road. Colchester is the UK's oldest recorded town. So when the Romans came over to the UK, they started in Colchester. Indeed, it was the first capital of the UK before it got moved to London by Boudicca in around 30 AD, I believe. Essex has got arguably some of the UK's best weather, although it is the UK, so you can expect 4 very distinct seasons, but we've got a mix of beaches, cities, towns, and nice villages. And we're a campus-based university, meaning that the students get the best of both worlds. They can live on campus and get into the city and out of the city very easily. Further to this, our living cost is significantly cheaper than being in the city of London. Now, in 6x6 style, I've got 6 slides and 6 points that I'm going to be finishing off with. Why students should choose the University of Essex. I've mentioned before our academics. We're particularly strong in the field of social sciences, and we have a wide range of subjects available with 21 academic departments. We're very strong for student life as a campus-based university. On campus, we have 18 or 19 different places to eat, a nightclub, 3 or 4 bars, a frisbee golf course, a sports arena. Students can live on campus with guaranteed accommodation. As Ashley had mentioned, students get their own room in the UK. I am going to finish on the next couple of slides. As I mentioned before, we're cost effective. And one of the things I really love about the University of Essex is our international cohort. Around 40% of our students are from outside of the UK, with over 140 nationalities represented. That is everything from myself. I know that's a lot of information. I'm going to be dropping my contact in the chat, and I will look forward to answering any questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Our last presenter is from the University of Greenwich.
Thank you, Jasmine. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to the University of Greenwich today. So I'm going to just start sharing my slides right away. Bear with me one moment. Okay. So as Tim and Ashley already sort of introduced UK education to you, there's clear benefits to studying in the UK. The main one really being that the degrees are 3 years as opposed to 4 years. And that is obviously going to bring some, time advantages as well as financial benefits as well. So my name is Alberto, and I work in an international office looking after students coming from the US every year. So I'm going to straight dive into the why Greenwich. So we've got a total of 400 subject areas that we teach. And we were founded in 1890. So we've just had the 130th anniversary last year. We have 150 accreditations, and we rank in the top 7% worldwide, according to the World University Ranking 2020. We are a London and Kent based university. We've got a total of 3 campuses for a community of about 18,000 students. 25% of which approximately come from overseas, which makes us one of the most international universities in the UK. And we also have a self-contained campus community, meaning that all that the students need is on campus, including accommodation and sports facilities being a few minutes walking distance away. And this is really unique for a London-based college. We invested about £80 million in study spaces, IT spaces, and social spaces over the last 5 years. And we have really competitive fees for the average of London, and the majority of our programs also offer placement opportunities at both undergraduate and graduate level. So if you're looking to gain some professional experience and exposure, then you will be able to do this studying at the University of Greenwich. And as I mentioned, we have a really international and diverse community. 25% of our total cohort come from overseas, and for a total of about 130 countries. The main campus is the Greenwich Campus, and this is where we teach programs within the liberal arts and social sciences, as well as the business school. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Center, and it's surrounded by history as well as many acres of park, as you can see in the top right corner photo. 20 minutes away from central London, multi-million-pound investments. The Stockwell Street Library and the Dreadnought Building being the main 2 buildings that were built recently. World-class study facilities and social spaces, as well as plenty to do in a local area, pubs, restaurants, shops, all ready for these students. Avery Hill Campus is the second campus. Here you're going to be able to study programs within the Faculty of Education and Health. It's got a strong campus university vibe. It's surrounded by green spaces, and it's only 30 minutes from central London. £14 million recently invested into this campus as well. And we offer lots of sports facilities that cater for lots of sports. Depending on what you're into, you can choose from about 20 sports and join clubs to compete with other universities. We have on-site facilities and accommodation, as well as a relaxed, friendly atmosphere. And again, everything that you need is in the local area here as well. The third campus is the Medway Campus. Here is where you will be based if you're studying a program within engineering and science. This is a former Royal Navy base for a community of about 10,000 students, 45 minutes from London. So we are in the county of Kent here. So in between the coast of Kent and the city centre, so London. Excellent study facilities. The drill hall library is the longest library in Europe with over 150,000 books and 400 computers and 3,000 square meters of state-of-the-art labs. Amazing cafes and sports facilities here as well, and a £4 million student hub that was built just recently. And lots of entertainment, lots to do in the local area on this campus too. As I mentioned, we offer programs within 400 subject areas, and this is just a glimpse of what you will be able to study. This list is not exclusive, so you will be able to find lots more if you explore the subjects that are on offer by visiting the website that's linked on this slide. But this is just to give you sort of an overall idea of what subjects you will be able to study with us. In terms of the entry requirements, we will be looking for a high school GPA of 3, and we will be asking for either an SAT, an SAT, or at least 2 advanced placements with a minimum grade of 3 or above. We also offer accommodation, as I mentioned. All of our accommodation options are on campus. You will be able to literally get out of bed and be on time for your lecture in just 10 minutes, really, depending how quick we are, really. 2,400 places in halls across the 3 campuses, and we guarantee accommodation to all of our first-year students. The amenities include an on-site gym, a cafe, laundry service, and social spaces. And what it is good to know here is that you will not have to share your room with anybody else. All the rooms that we offer are single rooms, and they all offer en-suite facilities, so you don't have to share your bathroom or your toilet with other students. The average room cost is about £600, depending on what campus you're going to be based, and you'll be able to explore all the different options on our website too. In terms of finance, the tuition fees per year from 2022 are £15,100 at undergraduate level. Greenwich is approved for FAFSA as well, so you will be able to use federal aid funding to fund your studies at Greenwich.
So that concludes the presentation portion of our session today. We're now going to transition over to the Q&A. So I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn your cameras on, and I will pose a question to the group. Our presenters will respond to the question in the order in which they presented. So our first question here is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
To start us off, I think my biggest piece of advice would be to step outside of your comfort zone, to be unafraid to maybe look at schools that you weren't considering before. I know when I was looking at colleges, I was only looking at bigger schools. And then I looked at Bishop's and I came to visit, and it's such a small school in comparison to some of the other ones I was looking at, and I just fell in love. So really step outside of your comfort zone and be unafraid.
Thanks, Eric. That's a great one. I would say to really find a university that's the right fit for you in terms of the university's culture, campus life, and values. Finding somewhere where you'll be happy and you'll thrive is going to make you so much more successful than choosing your university based only on rankings or numbers, but someplace that might not be the best fit. So really prioritizing that fit and getting to know the universities that you're applying to, because that will really set you up for success in both your academics and in your personal life.
Yeah, I would say The fact that you're here means you're interested in doing something different, going to a different country, experiencing a different culture. That's always going to be a speaking point on your resume. It's going to allow you to have a different learning perspective, a different appreciation of different cultures, different countries. So studying abroad is a great thing. I can speak on behalf of all of my peers here. We're happy that you've tuned in to learn more. It's great to try something different. It'll allow you to stand out and will give you that unique learning and living perspective. So I say you've already done something great here tonight. Keep up the good work and come visit us when you can. Thank you.
Ditto on all of that. And I would say reach out to current students. We have something called UniBuddy where you're able to chat with current students to get their perspective, because as much as we're going to be able to give you, in our opinion, invaluable information, I think that getting the student's perspective is obviously, you just can't beat that insight. So that would be my number one. One more thing too, is when you do reach out to us, don't be afraid to ask us non-academic questions. You need to know about everything. Student life, accommodation, things like that. So don't be shy about asking us even what you think is the silliest question about campus life, etc.
Yeah, that's both my points taken. But yes, absolutely. I think, as Adam had said, and it's great that so many of you are considering international options. And the first barrier really is just seeing whether, going international is a feasible option. And that's what we're here to say, that it absolutely is. And that's what we are here to do as representatives. So not being afraid to reach out to us with anything that you might have, I think is a really good point. And then, the second point is, whilst it's great speaking to ourselves, we do work for the university. And so I think speaking to current students who have been through the process and have been through the experience is the most invaluable thing that you can do, because they will be able to give you sort of an unabridged opinion on international study.
I would add to that, a lot of the points already have been covered, but what I would like to add is really do not be afraid to ask any questions. I think we understand that as an international student, you're going to have a lot of doubt. You're not going to be sure what the process is going to be like coming from the US to a different country. We are here to support you. We've done so with students from all over the world, so we understand what you need and what questions you may be asking, what needs you're going to be having. So there's no such question, just silly question. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us anytime, and and really make the most of the time that you have throughout the application journey, and try and research and gain as much information as you can to feel prepared to transition over when it's time to.
Thank you all. Great advice from the group. So that concludes our virtual college fair for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit from this session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions or so, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful for us as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings in the future. Also want to remind you that you can access this recording by visiting strivescan.com/college essay guide. Again, thank you to our amazing presenters for taking time out of your busy day, but also thank you to our attendees. I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you so much.